Assalamu alaikum students. Welcome to this session, and this one is about week 12 session. Students, I hope so आप लोग खैरियत से होंगे. Student, this one is about ये जो हमारा इस week 12 का lecture है, that is about 23rd and 24th lecture. Basically, this one is about job interview. Now, why I have selected job interview, इसको हम थोड़ा सा briefly डिस्कस कर लेते हैं. इनफैक्ट हमने जो लास्ट लेक्चर्स से गो थ्रू हुए उसका भी आपको आइडिया है. दैट वाज अबाउट वी कैन से, जिनकी हम आगे समरी भी देखेंगे. जो लास्ट वीक का हमने लेक्चर डिस्कस किया था, हम जो लास्ट वीक के लेक्चर से गो थ्रू हुए, दैट वाज अबाउट वी कैन से रिलेटेड टू कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स. ज़्यादा जो लेक्चर्स थे वो कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से थे. मैक्सिमम कुछ हमारे सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियरिंग के थे, एक आध लेक्चर हमारा टेक्निकल राइटिंग के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से था. नाउ व्हाट्स द बेसिक रीज़न, मैंने आपको क्लास में भी बताया था कि अगर हमारे पास टाइम हुआ तो डेफिनेटली हम टाइप्स ऑफ इंटरव्यूज को भी देखेंगे और 5 M's के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से भी कुछ चीज़ें डिस्कस करेंगे. So that is the reason right now I have selected this topic, that is job interview, because communication and listening और writing skills और verbal और non-verbal skills के point of view से हम काफ़ी चीज़ें discuss कर चुके हैं. So right now you are in the position कि आप interview के point of view से काफ़ी चीज़ों को understand कर सकें. So communication के साथ साथ definitely when we are talking about, you have to be a good communicator and presenter. So definitely for your professional career and so on. So interview के लिए it's very important you have to be a good communicator and presenter and at the same time. So for that reason, I have selected this topic. Now, what is job interview? What are the objectives that we have to cover for this week? We have to discuss right now, students. First of all, to understand the concept of interview, and definitely that can be the definition of interview, what's the interview, and next thing that we have to know, types and methods of interview. What are the types and methods of interview? Again, that can be known as types, and also it's known as methods. So it's up to you. If you want to, you can use it as types, and you can use word methods of the interview. Both are the same things. How to avoid common interview mistakes. So at the same time, when we are talking about types of interviews and so on, so we have to know how to avoid the different mistakes and you can say blunders we are used to of doing in the interview and before the interview and so on. Next one is about guidelines for conducting good interview. Again, it's very important. It's about how we can prepare good interview, or what are the guidelines for conducting good interview and for the preparation of good interview. So these are the objective for this week, that is specifically about interview. I hope so students, इससे आपको काफी up to you can say your requirement, like from your professional career point of view, आपको काफी advantage होगा. Now let's move onward. तो क्लास लास्ट वीक के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से थोड़ा सा समराइज कर लेते हैं चीज़ों को, अगर किसी स्टूडेंट ने गो थ्रू नहीं हुआ तो उसके लिए एडवांटेज हो जाएगा. नाउ लास्ट वीक लेक्चर के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से हमारे पास डेफिनेटली वी वर ऑन इफेक्टिव कम्युनिकेशन. उससे पहले हमने बैरियर्स ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन को डिस्कस किया. नाउ दिस वन इज अबाउट इफेक्टिव कम्युनिकेशन, देन oral presentation, how we can make it effective and impressive, and then barriers of communication से हम go through हुए. And basically effective communication के you can say how many skills of effective communication, these are the 4 skills of effective communication, इनको in detail हमने discuss किया. And then at the end you have to know how you can make the good presentation or oral presentation. So that was about our last lecture. Now let's move onward toward our today lecture. Okay, class, before moving toward interview, first we have to know and we have to understand the concept of interviewing. Now, interviewing is the questioning human being in order to obtain the knowledge. So that is through questioning, you want to obtain some specific knowledge. That can be the interviewing process. Is the most widely employed method in qualitative research. That is mostly we are used to of, and mostly employers are you can say employer are used to of using this method. So these are the different, we can say, things through which we can find out how we can answer the interview and all that. Okay. Now, next one is what is interview? This one is the simple definition of interview. Now, everyone know about the simple interview concept. That is, interview is a formal meeting or conversation between employer and job applicant. That means it's a formal meeting or conversation between the employer and employee. So that is a interview. When we are talking about formal and informal, definitely there are certain different number of types of interview. So the number of types of interview that can be structured interview, unstructured interview, mixed interview, that can be known as semi structured interview, जिसको हम कहते हैं behavioral interview, group interview, stress interview, one-on-one interview, that is also known as face-to-face interview, panel interview, group interview, telephonic, video interview, you can say the number of stress interview. So these are the basic types of interview generally. But when we are talking about proper, जब हम उसको purpose और एक proper types के point of view से देखते हैं, so these are the basic, you can say, divisions of interview. That can be types of interview, and that can be based on the purpose, based on the structure, and based on design. So ये सारी हमारी types that can be the based on purpose, structure, and design. So these are like based on purpose when we are talking about research interview and clinical interview. That is based on the purpose. जब हम इसकी बात करते हैं specific purpose के according, जब आपका इंटरव्यू होता है, लाइक रिसर्च ओरिएंटेड होता है, टेक्निकल फील्ड के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से है, क्लिनिकल इंटरव्यू है. So whatever it is, it's specifically linked with the purpose. When we are talking about based on structure, so from structure point of view, generally जो हमें types का idea interview के point of view से, that can be structured and unstructured interview. So, what is structured interview, unstructured interview, and another very famous and you can say well-known type of interview, that is, we can say, semi-structured interview based on design. When we are talking about how we have to design our interview, that can be individual interview or focused group interview. So these are the different types of interviews generally when we are talking about on the basis of different categorization. And this is what, these are very important types, and this is what we have to know for this session. Thank you so much, students, for first, you can say, clip our this session. Next, हम next clip में start करते हैं. Thank you, students.